In Parashat Vayera, I'm talking in Hebrew now. We have a truckload of morals in which we could learn a lot from. And of course, the peak of this parasha, and it seems like it is really the what? The Akedah, the sacrifice of Yitzchak, and so on, and I mean rightfully so. It is a big deal. But I do believe that to look at this story of Akedat Yitzchak as a isolated incident, and to make this into, listen, religions made a whole industry over this Akedah. To look at this as a single event is somewhat incorrect. And with your permission, I would like to look at another event and then compare one to another. And maybe we can call this Avraham versus Avraham. And I refer to the incident at the beginning of the parasha where HaKadosh Baruch Hu promises Avraham, and I'm getting a little out of order because I want to talk about Sarah maybe later, and it says where HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Avraham Avinu, listen, Avraham, and again look at the way he talks to him, and this is maybe another unaccounted for test somewhat that HaKadosh Baruch Hu puts Avraham to. So he says to him, Avraham, I want to tell you something. I hear the za'aka, the cry of Sdom and Amorah, ki rabah, v'chatotam ki kavda me'od, and their sins, it's very hard to tolerate. Eredana, v'ayarea ketza'akata, ma'ela yasu, and so on and so forth. Let me go exactly see what's going on there. And I'm going to destroy this place. And here comes Avraham Avinu. And he does something that it's very kind of harsh. In Sefer Shmot, I'm stopping, pause, cut. In Sefer Shmot, Sefer Bereshit, the end of Bereshit, at the end of Sefer Bereshit, there is a certain parasha after Miketz, which is the parasha that we read on Chanukah, and the parasha is Parashat Vayigash. Parashat Vayigash, at the end of Sefer Bereshit, starts Vayigash elav Yehuda vayomer bi Adoni yedaber na avdecha. Vayigash means when Yehuda decides, listen, Yosef, or whoever you are, enough is enough. He stood up and he went Vayigash, and he kind of stood in his face and says, listen. He went all the way out there. Vayigash, Dvarai be'oznecha, listen careful to what I'm telling you. That's what Rashi says. Vayigash, Dvarai be'oznecha, listen to what I'm telling you. He confronted him. In our parasha, Vayigash Avraham vayomer. Avraham comes to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and says, wait. Listen to what I'm telling you. Vayomer ahav tispeh tzadikim rasha. Look at what I mean. Whoa! Let's put this in perspective. We just read it like this, Avraham is sitting there, contemplating, doing meditation on a rock. All of a sudden God says, okay, maybe they're 50, maybe they're 40, when they're this, okay, nice, next, Akedah. Wow! No. Vayigash. And he stood up and he says, wait a minute, what are you doing? Atispet tzadikim rasha, you're going to kill righteous people with sinners? How can you do this? Ulai yesh 50 tzadikim betoch ha'ir. Maybe there are 50 people there. How can you do such a thing? You're going to destroy this? Apply it for the 50 people that are there. Save these people. And then he tells him something even worse than that. And there is a pasik. Don't you do that. Avraham Avinu, he's given tochecha to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What? But that's what he's doing. Chalil lecha me'asot. Pasik. Kadavar hazeh, what you about or intend to do, להעמיד צדיקים רשע. חלילה לך, שופט כל הארץ לא יעשה משפט? He tells HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you are the judge of all of the universe. You're not going to be fair? What is he telling him here? Look at Avraham Avinu. Why is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, says, excuse me, hello? Who are you talking to? You're talking to me, man, I'm God. You're talking to me like this? You're going to go to the president, any president. You're going to tell him, what are you doing, man? You can't talk to the president. Sir, I might suggest, here's Avraham giving HaKadosh Baruch Hu tochecha. Well, why is HaKadosh Baruch Hu smacking him? Gave him punishment. Because Avraham Avinu does something very interesting. What is it? Chalil lecha hashofet kol haaretz lo yaseh mishpat. Avraham does not come to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and said, listen, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, this does not make sense to me. Avraham Avinu does not measure the statement in which HaKadosh Baruch Hu had made according to his standards. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, listen, I'm not here, this is not my standards, it's what you tell me. Or mishpat v'tzedek, you like justice, you like law and order. Are you going to do such a thing? According to your standards, not to mine, I cannot compare your action to my standards. And that's the mistake that we make all the time. We try to measure or to compare HaKadosh Baruch Hu's actions based on standards that we humans had established to ourselves, not in the standards which HaKadosh Baruch Hu had given us. And that's the mistake. You cannot compare. In Gemara, we call it the damot milta le milta. You can't compare this to this. Yes, you could compare orange to apples, but you cannot compare apples with elephants. It's just not comparable. The standards in which we measure and we create to ourselves society, and so on and so forth, what is right and what is wrong, is not necessarily right or wrong. Don't measure things according to what you decided is right or wrong. Measure your things according to what the Kadosh Baruch Hu told you through the Torah, what is right or wrong, what He wants you to do. And that's why we keep missing the goal time after time after time. When the Kadosh Baruch Hu says, what did I ask from you? What did I ask you? I want you to be a righteous person, to care about the weak, to care about those who nobody wants. Be an honest person. That's all I'm asking for you. You think HaKadosh Baruch Hu is asking you to go to war for Him, to be the whole entire thing. So one might ask himself, well, where does this come from? This. And I'll show you Bezrat Hashem in a little while. Avraham Avinu is talking to HaKadosh Baruch Hu in a most remarkable way. Not even Moshe Rabbeinu speaks to HaKadosh Baruch Hu like that. Not even Moshe. They spoke to him like a friend, like a man speaking to a man. He did not speak to him. Vayigash, and he went about. He said, listen, Chalila lecha, don't you dare to do that. That is wrong according to your standards. Avraham Avinu knows that according to what Kadosh Baruch Hu said, that this is wrong. He's willing to stand for what he knows that God told him that it is wrong, to stand and to speak up his mind. He doesn't care about himself. It's not his standards. It's not. He says whatever it has to be, but this is wrong, and I got to speak my mind. So then one would ask, wait, how does this come up with the Akedah? Why didn't he say anything about the Akedah? Because in the Akedah, that was a direct command of HaKadosh Baruch Hu to Avraham. I want you to do that. Avraham does not question HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But what for HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Avraham, this is how you need to operate. And what Avraham sees HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not doing that, for that he would speak. HaKadosh Baruch Hu may ask me to do that. I'll do this. This is not a problem. But here HaKadosh Baruch Hu is telling me what he would do. Avraham Avinu is the servant of Hashem. That's why HaKadosh Baruch Hu called him his beloved one. Magen Avraham. Avraham Avinu does not think about himself, what is right and what is wrong. HaKadosh Baruch Hu told me to do it, I'm doing it. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu, what you told me that you want the world to run in a certain way, you cannot do that. And that was the test. And the test of the Akedah is really connected to Sdom and Amorah. It's one action, it's just divide us in the middle with a story. And after they spoke, and this is what it is, right? After he told them that, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu decided to test Avraham. And again, we have the middle, the story of Sdom and Amorah, and so on and so forth, and which is very nice. But the test is just went on a pause. Is really connected, the Akedah and Parashat Sdom. Well, what do you learn from that? You learn from that it is, in a way, an example for us to first of all be objective and to measure things according to the eyes of the Torah. Not to question the actions of God. But it teaches us also that we must speak our mind according to the Torah when we see something that is wrong. Avraham Avinu is not questioning the actions of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Why are you doing this? Doesn't make sense. He says to him, according to what you told me. And that's exactly what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted Avraham to do. That's why he allows him to ask, how about 40? How about 30? How about 20? How about 10? There's no 10. Okay, that's it. He stops there. Why did Avraham Avinu continue? Maybe there is one there. He says, more in which I have done, what I have said. This is like already at a certain point, it doesn't become a truthful concern. It becomes a subjective concern. Avraham Avinu is an enormous character. And it is in all of us. And we see things that are wrong, and because of politics and issues of nationalities and so on and so forth, we align ourselves against what the Kadosh Baruch Hu tells us. When we see people who are poor, who are sick, who are lonely, we paint people in different colors as an excuse for us not to speak our mind. If you see injustice happening, you need to measure it according to what the Torah says. And you need to speak your mind. If you see killing of innocent people, regardless of who they are, you got to speak your mind. This is expected from you because it's in your genes to do that. But you don't question HaKadosh Baruch Hu's actions. How did God allow this to happen? This is not the quality of Avraham Avinu. This is not a question to find answers. Avraham Avinu does not ask questions. Avraham Avinu tells HaKadosh Baruch Hu, this is not what you told me to do. He didn't say, well, you know, how could you do such a thing? And he just does not want to hear. And that is the test. It comes after that. It's a continuation of this big test. The question is, how do we get to this point of almost religious fanaticism, fanatic, when you become fanatics about things and we measure things wrong and we distort what HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells us? I'll tell you how. At the beginning of this parasha, there is the story of Sarah listening to the angels. Los Angeles. And then it says, "Vatitzchak Sarah bekirba." She didn't go like out loud. Internally, she was laughing. And she said what she says. Vayomer Hashem el Avraham, lama ze tzachaka Sarah? Why did she laugh? And so on. And we skip it on. Vatikachesh Sarah. She says, no. Vatikachesh Sarah. Asik. Very important that you pay attention to the trump of the Torah, or the simanei HaMikra, because it will help you understand sometimes the meaning a little, even deeper and better. Le'emor. Vatikachesh Sarah. She says, no. And what did she say? Lo tzachakti. I didn't laugh. Vayomer. Pasik. Lo ki tzachakt. Is HaKadosh Baruch Hu giving Sarah tochecha here? Most people will tell you, yes, he gives her tochecha. And I'm going to tell you this, lo ki tzachakt is a statement. It's not rebuking. Because if you rebuke, here's a punishment. We have a famous pasuk. Az yemalet tzchok pinu ulshonenu rina. And then our mouth would be filled with laughter and our tongues with joy. Tzchok. Laughter. Most people tell you, you have to be very serious about it. You can't laugh. What does it mean I can't laugh? Az yemalet tzchok pinu. Are we going to be like, a bunch of jokers? God forbid later on. It doesn't make sense. No, you don't understand what tzchok is. Tzchok is a unique human expression of internal joy. When you're laughing from inside, vatitzchak bekirba, when she hears the fact that she's going to have a child, she is laughing. Sometimes people laugh and they're crying, and they're all mixed together. That laughter that she had was laughter of internal joy. And she says, ooh, my goodness, maybe I should not have laughed. This is serious stuff. I said, no. Lo, ki tzachakt. It's okay. It's okay to express your joy. Why? Because if you going to suppress your internal joy, you're going to distort it. You will be acting up. And when you act up for people. David HaMelech did not have a problem when they brought the Aron HaKodesh. He was dancing, enjoying, and mekarker umekapetz, and he was hopping around and He expressed his joy. Internal joy you're allowed to express. Laughter, making fun of people, and so on and so forth, that is of jokes and sarcasm and so on. That's not good. Tzchok shel holelut. Laughter of lightheadedness. But tzchok shel simcha, of joy, of the great miracle of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, must be expressed. Because when you laugh and you let this feeling overwhelm you, then you're able to thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But when you're too stiff, you're too serious, you're not going to be able to be bodeh to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We're allowed to laugh and to joy b'simchat chatan v'kala. And that's exactly the point. You should have tzchok and laughter of joy, of simcha, of realizing what Kadosh Baruch Hu is giving you in your house. Only when you come in contact with your emotional spirit, by laughing inside, to express, a monkey does not laugh. A horse does not laugh. Humans do. It's relieving. It's cleansing. And we don't laugh enough because we don't allow ourselves to really express our joys and our feeling because we are concerned with everybody else. Here again, we measure our actions based on other people. How would other people respond? Not how HaKadosh Baruch Hu responds. How would HaKadosh Baruch Hu express this? He gave me a miracle. That's the whole concept of Hallel and Hodaya. I'm happy. Rabotai, Torah, Judaism is something much greater that sometimes we present it to be. You have to be serious in Avodat Hashem in terms of your dedication, but you cannot be stiff in Avodat Hashem. You have to have simcha. You have to have the internal joy that HaKadosh Baruch Hu had put you in this world, in the position to do, to be able to fix, to connect, to view this great miracle that is called your life. And you're too busy creating a false image to yourself. You don't speak when you should, and you don't keep quiet when you shouldn't. You do the opposite. You measure things according to people, not according to Hashem. This parasha is a tremendous, tremendous mussar of how we should conduct ourselves. How should our life would be? Our life should be surrounded with tzchok, or laughter, of internal joy that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is giving us through Yirat Shamayim. Not Yirat the people, Yirat Shamayim. And not questioning what HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us. And we should all be able to reach a level that we will all be able to say, Gam zu letovah, which is a tremendous, tremendous quality, ma'ala in Avodat Hashem. And I wish all of you Shabbat Shalom, Baracha ve'atzlacha, and it should be a very uplifting and spiritual Shabbat. That's why on Shabbat we should laugh and we should sing and we should joy in the good food. Please try to prevent yourself from any kind of arguments and riv or madon and so on, whether it's a home chas v'shalom or in shul and so on. Darkei noam, the ways of the Torah is darkei noam. Guide, inspire yourself and inspire others. And b'zchut zeh yavo Mashiach tzidkenu v'yikayem banu hakatuv az yemal etzchok pinu ulshonenu roina. Amen. Ken yeh ratzon.